Okie dokie. So, as you guys know, we are the Kindness Club here at AMU and APU. Um, this meeting is going to be recorded, and I do post them on YouTube. So, if you are here and you participate, then you acknowledge that you're going to be on YouTube for everybody to see. So, that is our little disclaimer here at the beginning. There we go. A little bit about where we are at right now. So I think I've mentioned before, we have hit the gold level for the student organizations for next year. We actually have enough points to be platinum, but in order to be platinum, you have to be gold for at least 2 years. We're still too young to do that, but we are very happy to have hit gold. We actually have almost 200 points, and I think the gold cutoff was 130. So we've been doing really well. We also have now officially crossed the 100 member line there, which is awesome. I always like looking at the roster updates and seeing where we're at. So we are officially, I believe, at 103. So very awesome, and hopefully we will just keep growing and getting more people involved. We also have another celebration that I have been told I can share. Um, Kim got married on August 6th. So congratulations to Kim. This is a picture
Yay!
from her wedding night and then from the honeymoon. So awesome. Congrats to Kim and Frank. You guys are adorable. Thanks for letting me share too, because I've wanted to for a while, but I waited.
Thank you.
Okay. And then I thought we would get a little bit, just have a little bit of fun here, real quick, with the meeting and maybe, get to know each other a little bit. So we're going to play a quick round of this or that. So when I show up the slide, just type over in the chat which one you prefer. And it's just a little fun game to get to know each other real quick. So, okay, this or that, water park or amusement park? See what people say. Oh, we split. Oh, we're 50-50. All right, I'm gonna be another water park. Well, now I'm gonna put us back at 50-50 because I am definitely an amusement park person. My daughter and I have season passes to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg because we are roller coaster junkies. So definitely amusement park on that one. All right. Pool or beach? My daughter's personal answer is a pool at the beach. Lots of beaches. Yeah. I'm definitely a beach person because I live in the mountains. So if I'm gonna go on vacation, I want the beach. I want the whole change of scenery there. That was unanimous though. I like that. All right. Controversial barbecue question. Hot dog or hamburger? Burgers. Okay. Burgers. Oh, Janet with the hot dog. Awesome. Okay. For way with that, honestly. It just depends on the day and what toppings and everything is available. If there are good pickles, I'm going hamburger all day. All right. Iced tea or lemonade? Lemonade. Unsweet iced tea. Kim, we are not friends anymore.
I know it's very unsouthern of me.
It is. Your Southern card has been revoked. Says the girl from Virginia. I feel you. No, I'm a sweet iced tea person the whole way. All right. This one gets me in trouble all the time. Flip-flops or Crocs? Flippies. Uh-oh. I'm the odd one out on this one. I am Crocs. My daughter and I both have at least two pair. Definitely Crocs. They're so easy, and I don't like the thing on the flip-flops between my toes. That drives me crazy. Crocs are just not, I mean, they're expensive. They're more expensive than I feel like they should be for plastic shoes, but they are good. Okay, so that was just a quick little get to know each other sort of deal. Hope you had an amazing summer. I don't know. I know a lot of kids have gone back. I saw that Francis's kids have gone back. I know Kim's kids and my daughter have gone back. So, and Jadarian's, if I said that right, I hope kids have gone back as well. So, off-brand Crocs for $3. All right, we need to talk because that's awesome. Amazing. So, anyways, I hope y'all had a good summer and that everybody has a good school year as well. All the kiddos have good teachers and good friends. All right. As far as what we have been up to here lately, last month we did Chalk the Walk with the Crafts and Creations Club. So these were a couple of the pictures that were shared on social media. Um, Lindsay from the Crafts and Creations group shared the picture of her dog down there in the bottom, and I couldn't not include that because she is adorable. Um, some of these other ones, the sunshine was mine. I was drawing with my friends and their children, and it was blazing hot outside that day. So we each drew about one picture, and then the girls were asking for ice pops and smoothies. So it was short lived, but it was fun. Just a little bit of summer fun and brighten people's day as they walk down the sidewalks. Right now, this month, we are doing the back to school drive, and the Child Life Club is helping out with that. We are in the middle of week 3 right now. So this week, we're asking you to donate cleaning supplies directly to a school in your area. So I know my daughter has a handful of teachers that are always asking for, some extra things. So I'll probably send Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer, that kind of thing, with her before this week is out. Next week is the last week, and we're going to ask you to donate snacks or drinks again right to a school. My daughter is in the drama club after school, and they always ask for snacks and drinks and everything just to help the kids because they've already been at school all day, and then they keep them until 5:30. So snacks can be helpful. Nobody likes hangry teenagers, so we appreciate your help with getting everybody back to school, and thank you for that. Right. Next month, one of the initiatives that we have is to support childhood cancer awareness. And we're going to do that by writing letters, really designing cards for letters of love. So these cards, you send them to this address on here in Long Lake, Minnesota, and they will send them out to children with either cancer or some other serious illness, just to help brighten their day a little bit. So there are some guidelines that I've put on here. They want to be very careful. We do not want to say things like, you're going to get through this or, get well soon, because some of these children, unfortunately, are in a position where they're not going to be able to get rid of whatever this illness is. So we just wanted to help get their minds off of it. They recommend sharing a joke, just drawing a nice picture if you are a good artist. You can put your name, please put your name and where you're from, but no other personal contact information. These children are not going to be writing back. It really is just to help them brighten their day, get their mind off of what they're going through. And it also helps their parents too, just a little bit of brightness and a smile. So we are going to do that next month. So if you do make a card or a letter or something like that, please send a picture of it on socials. We just like to see what you guys are doing and how y'all are helping out. So that is really helpful if you want to post it on Facebook. If you don't have socials, you can send it to me or to the club or to Kim in an email, and then we'll post it on Facebook or whatnot for you. All right. The initiative that we have going on next month that I am super excited about is our first annual legacy project, and it's our virtual 5K called Kindness in Motion. So I have been monitoring the sites that we have set up for this, and it has been really amazing watching everybody get involved. So step one is to register at runsignup.com. And I will put all the links over here in just a minute to take you directly to our page for that. But if you go to runsignup.com and you make your account, you can search for Kindness in Motion and it'll come up for you to register. Last time I checked, we have 16 people signed up to participate. So I'm pretty happy with that. We still have a couple more weeks for people to get involved. We'll push it again on socials here soon. So if you haven't registered, please go ahead and do that. There is no obligation to this. You don't have to run it in the fastest time. My dad has actually signed up to do this, and he says that he's going to piecemeal it and do, about a mile each day. Okay, that's fine. Whatever works for you. We just want to get people involved. The pop-up shop to order shirts, that has closed. It closed back on August 8th. The shirts, the company says are going to be shipped out and should arrive in Charlestown, at Student Affairs by the 22nd. So I'm going to be in touch with Student Affairs to see, to make sure that we can get those sent out as soon as possible. For everybody who has ordered a shirt, I have your addresses, so everything is squared away there. We're just waiting on them to arrive. The most important step here for this race, though, is collecting donations for the Fisher House Foundation. Like I've mentioned before, this group works similar to Ronald McDonald House, but it's specifically for military associated people. So that is our push for this initiative here is to raise money for them. You can make the donations on the Fisher House Foundation page. You can find our particular event. It says Kindness in Motion. That way, it sort of, credits to that event so we can see how much money our particular 5K has brought in. There are plenty of other ones that are going on with other groups. So please make sure that it does route through the Kindness in Motion event. Again, just for tracking. The actual virtual 5K is going to be any time that works for you between the 1st and 15th of September. So if you want to run it in the morning, in the evening, we just ask that you do it at some point in those 2 weeks so that it is a joint process that we're all doing it together. You can do it wherever you want to. You can do it at a gym on a treadmill, outside in your neighborhood. Last year, my daughter and I did a virtual 5K and we just walked it through Busch Gardens. So wherever you're at, however you want to do it. Somebody had reached out about actually doing I can't remember what it was called now, a cycling class, I guess. And I said, the goal here is just to get active and raise money for Fisher House. So if you want to do a cycling class, if you want to swim, it really doesn't matter. Just get active and raise money for this organization. So speaking of organizations, we have Stephany Bonney with us, and she is from Fisher House Foundation. So I am going to turn this meeting over to her, and she will tell us a little bit more about that group. And I believe, Stephany, if you want to, if you have slides, I think you should be able to share them. And if not, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you. I would love to try to share my slides. Yes. And thank you so much, Kelly, for first shout out to your entire group for all the amazing things that you do in the community in general. It's really incredible. I love the word kindness. It's one of my favorite words. So kindness committee is just delicious. So thank you for all you were
Fantastic.
all already doing.
Of course.
Let me see if I can share. I'll let you know. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Yep. There we
Oh,
go.
no, give me one more second,
Oh,
if you don't mind. Where did it go? Let's see. Now, do you see just the slides or do you see the presenter mode too?
see the presenter mode too. It was just the slides a minute
Okay.
ago.
All right. I had a feeling that was going to do that. So let me change it up. All right, back to just the slides now.
There we
Perfect.
go.
All
Okay.
right. So yes, I am blessed to work for the Fisher House Foundation. I have worked for this organization for just shy of 5 years, and I actually learned of the Fisher House Foundation because my oldest brother is active Navy, still active. He actually went to the Naval Academy. Gosh, long ago now that I'm thinking about the years. So probably, yeah, like 20 years ago, but we're still very young. So it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But I've been a nonprofit myself for my entire career. And when my brother was stationed in Longstuhl, Germany, and I always butcher the pronunciation, so apologize, but when he was stationed in Longstuhl, Germany, his comrade got injured in a training exercise. And the Fisher House Foundation flew his wife out to be by his bedside while he was going through amputation in Germany, and then flew her back to Walter Reed to be by his bedside while he was recovering and going through the rehabilitation process. And when I learned about this through my brother, I was like, this is a place I need to be a part of. Mission is very important to me. I was lucky enough to work for the American Cancer Society and have been touched by cancer, and then March of Dimes before that, and was touched by premature birth. So it's just mission is all that matters to me. And when I learned about how above and beyond the Fisher House Foundation goes for military and veteran families, it was just something I knew I needed to get behind. So with that being said, this is a Fisher House. We have, as of last 2 weeks, we officially hit the 100th Fisher House. So we have 100 Fisher Houses throughout the country, one in Germany, and one in Birmingham, England. The rest are in the United States. And similar to what Kelly said, we are a free lodging for military and veteran families while they are going through a medical crisis. It does not actually have to be the active military member who's getting the medical care. It could be their nephew, it could be their child, it could be their spouse. It does not matter who it is. We will take care of them wherever they are receiving treatment. And for those that might not be aware, be aware, a lot of times when military veterans get a diagnosis, they are told where they can get treatment. And if they don't live near a VA or Navy or Army facility, medical facility, they have to travel to be able to receive that care. And that is where the Fisher House steps in and says, we will make sure that all you focus on is healing, and they take care of the lodging and the travel if need be to get them to that house. The houses themselves are 16 to 21 suite homes. They're comfort homes. They have communal kitchens, communal laundry rooms. There's like 8 laundry machines of washers and dryers. There's about, I think there's 4 or 5 sub-zero refrigerators, and each shelf has, a designated shelf for each of the guests. And then they get their very own room, whatever they need to be able to have a place of solace to recover. So this is one of our Fisher houses. And the history is Zach Fisher, who is this lovely gentleman on the left with his wife, Elizabeth. They are the founders of the Fisher House Foundation. It is their name that we are continuing this legacy to continue to bless our American heroes. And from what I've learned, I am a born and bred New Yorker, and I still do live in Brooklyn. I try to tame my accent when I'm presenting, so hopefully you don't hear things like coffee or talk. But so Zach Fisher was a New Yorker, and there's a story that goes that he was walking down the New York City streets and he saw a gentleman in fatigue sleeping in his car. And he knocked on that window and was like, this cannot be. I need to take care of this person. And he ended up knocking on the window and offering them a meal and a place to stay, and found out that they were in New York City to receive treatment for cancer, but could not afford the astronomical hotel prices of New York City. And that was what created the idea of a Fisher House. Zach himself built the first 30 or I think I might have the wrong number, but he built the first handful himself out of his own pocket. He was a finance and real estate developer, and he was like, I could build homes. Let me do what I do best. And the first one was in Walter Reed, and multiple locations thereafter. And then about the 90s, in 1991, the Fisher House Foundation was created to continue to grow his legacy, to be not just in one location, to have it be blessed across the entire country. And we honor Zachary and his wife, Elizabeth, by having these busts in all of the homes throughout the country. So this is what a one room could look like. And as you can see, the communal kitchen on the side there, and then a communal dining space as well. We have amazing opportunities to volunteer in the houses. If you ever are interested, you can go to fisherhouse.org and then click on locations, and you could see where all of the houses are located if there's one nearby you. And you could volunteer time by either helping provide a meal or doing some landscaping or maybe some spring cleaning. It's a real house that has real needs and is run by, on average, 2 full-time staff members. So it is always a great opportunity if you want to get your hands dirty and feel like you're making a direct impact on the lives of military and veteran families by looking for a location that you could volunteer in. And as you could see, these rooms they're more than a hotel room. The idea that Zachary and Elizabeth had was to make this feel like a home away from home, and to help them again focus just on that healing process and have nothing else to worry about. So we have ADA compliant rooms where if there's wheelchair access needed. Elevators were implemented a good 10, 20 years ago once they discovered that we were not offering that opportunity for people to access the second floor. They all have their own bathrooms and suites and accessible showers. And the decor of each house actually specifically reflects the community that it's built in. So one of my favorite examples was I got to go to Lexington, Kentucky when we opened up the Lexington house a couple of years ago. And the welcoming artwork in that house is actually this tapestry that's made of horseshoes and horse bridles because it's Lexington, Kentucky, and they do the Derby. And so they were able to get used bridles and horseshoes donated from the local horse racing areas to be able to have it reflect that local charm of Lexington. And all of the artwork in the houses also are of local um, uh, words I can't think of, touristy things, areas that people visit. So it's just really important for us to have them reflect the local flair of the community to, again, just have more of a home feeling rather than a sterile kind of hotel environment. And I mentioned we just hit the 100th house. So we opened it it was in North Chicago just a few weeks ago. We're not stopping there. We already are about to break ground in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Pittsburgh is about to get its second house because the occupancy has been filled for 5 years straight. And then we have Phoenix, Arizona on our list as well. And then the last place is actually Montrose, New York, which is like near West Point area. So those are the next few houses that we will be breaking ground in over the next, most likely in 2026. So, who could stay at a Fisher House? So I mentioned at the beginning, it really is for any family member that is connected to a military or veteran. It could be their child, it could be their cousin, their nephew, their parent. I could tell you I'm blanking on what house it was that I visit often, but there is a daughter who comes once a month to stay at the house. She lives in California, and we'll just say it was Memphis. It might have been Memphis. But so this daughter who lives in California, her dad is on consistent cancer treatment. And so she is the only living family member in that family. And so once a month, she travels from California to the Fisher House in Memphis, and Memphis puts her up for 3 to 4 days for her to be able to be with her father while he's going through treatment. So again, not that direct military person. Him himself is a veteran. There's another organization that we work with, a for-profit company that they're a woman within their operations department. She actually went into early term labor. She herself was active Army and went into early term labor and gave birth, and then was homeless because her orders actually was having her move to another state. And she was unable to extend a lease of the apartment that she was in because she already had given the notice. And so they already had rented it out to the next person. So she ended up moving into the Fisher House for 3 months while her child was in the NICU until that baby was strong enough to be able to graduate from the NICU, and then she could take her home and be able to then move to her new location. So it's really, it's not open-ended. It is clear who we do support, but it is anybody within the family that is directly impacted by that medical crisis. And the other thing to mention before I wrap up is the house itself is our main program. But I would be remiss if I did not mention other ways that people can support us. So we have another program called our Heroes program. And the Heroes program is for people who have extra hotel points or airline miles that they want to donate to us. Because I mentioned earlier, we sometimes will cover the travel to get to the Fisher House. So if somebody's unable to get there, we will be able to use points, or we have a fantastic partnership with Delta and United specifically for them to be able to help cover the cost of traveling them to wherever they need to receive treatment. And then the other program that I absolutely love is called our Fisher Service Awards program. It actually used to be called the Newman's Own Awards. It was started from the one and only salad dressing man, Paul Newman, an actor, for those that are old enough to know how amazing he was in the old films. But he partnered with us many years ago to allow us to offer grants to other organizations that were supporting the military in ways that we do not. One of the things I absolutely value the most about Fisher House Foundation is we have one of the best charity ratings, and that is because we take such pride in what I call purity of purpose. We know what we're good at, and we do it to the best of our ability, and that is what we do. And now the Fisher Service Awards is our way of blessing other organizations who do other things for the military and veteran community that we cannot do, and by offering them a grant to continue the work that they're doing. So we award about $500,000 a year to 5 other nonprofits that apply for a grant grant to be able to support the military and veteran families in other ways. And I'll just do one example to kind of put it into perspective for you. There was an organization that, for a lack of better words, was considered the Make-A-Wish for the military and veteran community. They're based in California. And what they do is they grant one final wish for a terminally ill veteran, whatever it is, to help them, reach the end of their life with comfort, knowing that they've done everything that they could do. And what I found so interesting about this organization is they said that the number one wish that they fulfill is for the veteran to be reunited with their comrades that they served with when they were active. And so that was the number one recipient. I think it was 3 years ago. So they received a couple $100,000. It might have been $50,000 from the Fisher House Foundation to continue that mission that they do. So here at Fisher House, we believe a family's love is good medicine. And the way that we deliver on that mission is by making sure that families are together no matter what their financial or situational life brings them, by bringing them together to help them heal. So we have some fantastic videos. If you ever, Kelly mentioned YouTube. So if you want to continue to scour YouTube while you're on there, you just type in Fisher House and you will see some really moving and incredible videos that continue to bring our mission to life. And then we had our 100th house celebration this year, where we were at the National Cathedral in the DC area. And we had the secretary of the VA speak on our behalf. And we're very lucky this year. The new secretary himself is very, very committed to the Fisher House Foundation program and has been able to help us continue to further our communication on the Hill, which has just been invaluable. So yeah, visit Zauer YouTube page when you get the chance to learn more about Fisher House. And here's just some of our links. I'll make sure to share this presentation with Kelly so she can put it wherever it is that you communicate. And yeah, if there's any questions, I would love to answer. If not, I will pass it back to you.
I did have a quick question. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys have scholarships as well.
Yes.
I
Oh, I
think for the
apologize.
spouses and children of military service people.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Forgive me. We do have military spouse scholarships and then military children scholarships. 100% correct. Yes. And that the applications are always, I'm trying to think of when it will open. Because I'm trying to think of where we are in the year. But if you go to fisherhouse.org and you click on scholarships, you could learn about how you could apply for the mil spouse or for the children's scholarships.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned to you when we were talking on the phone, I believe it's 66% of our students are associated with the military, whether they're active duty or veterans. So we
Mhm.
definitely have lots of, spouses and children that go along with that. So the
Yes.
scholarships were
Yeah,
another interesting aspect to the organization.
thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. And it's something that you could apply for each year too. So it's something that, yeah, I mean, fingers crossed, maybe you get it twice. So yeah, definitely look on our website for that.
Awesome. Anybody else have any questions? Nope, I think we're good. Awesome. Well, Stephany, I really appreciate you coming out, and I'm glad we finally got in touch to make that
Yeah.
happen. So
Thank you for the
fantastic.
opportunity to speak with you and your community. It's amazing what you're doing, and we're just grateful to be a part
Absolutely.
of it.
Fantastic. And yeah, if you could send me those slides, what
Mhm.
I usually do is I email them out to the entire group. I will put them on our socials, and then the entire video itself will be on YouTube. So
Perfect. I will do that.
awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. That is all I have. So if nobody has anything else, we will see y'all next time.
Thanks.